It's finally time, everyone, the top 7 crushing blows in Mortal Kombat 11. And unlike the past countdowns, these attacks are not ordered from worst to best, because in reality, each of these crushing blows are brutal in their own unique way. So please post your favorite crushing blows in the comments down below, and without any further ado, let's begin. So let's start off with the crushing blow you're all very familiar with, Baraka's Doom Kicks. This crushing blow is great for a variety of reasons. Number 1, great range on it, so it's great for whiff punishing or just catching the opponent in the neutral whenever they stick out a button. And to make things even better, there's virtually no risk for doing it because it's only -7, which means pretty much only Raijin can punish you for doing it. But honestly, this crushing blow just keeps getting better because something a lot of players don't know, at least a lot of Baraka players I fight online, is this crushing blow can actually be special cancelled. Now the issue is, a lot of them play Variation 1, and you don't get very much off of it, at least mid-screen. But in Variation 2, you get this bad boy guaranteed. The command grab every single time, so look at that, 27%, almost 28. That's some really good meterless damage, and once again, virtually no risk for doing it. And in fact, even if you are in Variation 1, a lot of Baraka players don't seem to know, you can also cancel this into your fatal blow. And that is some chunky damage. So look at that, almost 50%, all because you dared to press a button in the neutral, and the flag is out, so I get a temporary damage buff too. So if you're playing Baraka and you're ever close to death, keep in mind you can cancel this crushing blow into your fatal blow, so I recommend saving it. And of course, the combos only get better in the corner. Once again, we're in Variation 2, but here's a very simple combo. Boom, look at that, almost 37%, and didn't cost me any meter, so that's a pretty good combo just because the opponent dared to press a button. You could honestly get this combo very easily by knocking the opponent down, you back up, they do a wake up, and boom, you catch them with this crushing blow. Easy 37%, doesn't cost you any bar. And then if you're in Variation 1 and have the corner, the combo damage is even better. I'm not a Baraka main, but this damage is still pretty good. And look at that, over 50% already, and also damage over time, so basically 60% once the whole thing is done. So as you can see, this crushing blow is much deadlier than you normally see online. A lot of players just throw it out in the neutral and then forget about it, but in the corner or with the fatal blow, this crushing blow is easily one of the best in the game. And next up, let's talk about DVorah's infested special move. So against a good DVorah player, you just don't get to jump, you never do. Not only is her uppercut really good already by default, but then she also has this amazing special move that catches the opponent doing pretty much anything. Even if you're directly above her or a little bit behind her, this thing can still catch you. So real quick as an example, here's a very simple combo off of this crushing blow. Now, it might not seem like much, but keep in mind I've also planted the babies inside of you, so that's a crushing blow locked and loaded for 27%, and you're already over half dead. So even though that combo wasn't anything fancy, I still planted all those bugs inside of you and got a potential crushing blow in the future. But let's say you don't have breakaway and I want to do a longer combo, well, here's what that looks like. Boom, look at that, 43%, only cost me 1 bar, almost 44% actually, so that's pretty darn crazy for just a single anti-air. But now just for fun, let's say I have Fatal Blow locked and loaded. What does that combo look like? As you can see, over 50%, almost 60%, that is just crazy, all because you dared to jump and press a button. So this crushing blow's main attribute might be damage, but it's also good for setups as well, so just an all-around dangerous and scary move. And I think you all knew this one was coming. Next we have SubZero's Slide. This thing is absolutely infamous because by itself, 30% damage, but let's say you end a combo with it. A very short combo. Boom, now you're getting 35, almost 36%, so that's pretty nice. But now let's say you want a combo that's a bit flashier. Well, now you're getting almost 40%, so that ain't half bad. And what makes this crushing blow even better is the requirements already suit SubZero's playstyle, so all you have to do to get this crushing blow is amplify your slide 3 times during the match. And in fact, the third one is the crushing blow, so it's actually just twice, then the third one is your crushing blow. So pretty darn easy to get because it's pretty much the go-to way to end your combos unless the opponent is cornered. And of course, we all know the slide is not just good for ending combos though. This bad boy can also dodge pretty much any high projectile in the game. It's so darn fast. It can also punish a lot of moves as well that are normally safe due to pushback because it starts up in just 11 frames. I still think that's insane. that this move starts up in 11 frames, but the point is it can punish a lot of things that are normally safe due to pushback, and it also avoids projectiles, and then on top of all of that, it's also one of the cheekiest mix-ups in the entire game. This overhead, this low, that's already tough to react to, but now we have an overhead low, and that's just one more amplified slide. I'm getting closer and closer to that crushing blow. Now, of course, this crushing blow does have one trade-off. The slide is very unsafe on block, minus 20. However, at the same time, a good SubZero player is never, ever going to do raw slide in the neutral. Once again, it's almost always going to be to end a combo and occasionally to avoid projectiles and other high attacks. So even though this crushing blow is unsafe on block, it's so good in pretty much every other situation, and it happens so naturally that I think that makes it one of the best crushing blows in the game. And next up we have Spawn's throw crushing blow. This thing is very exceptional because the criteria for this crushing blow is Spawn has to be in the corner, which would normally be a good thing. You're super happy when you corner your opponent because that means more damaging combos, better pressure, all that good stuff. However, that is not the case with Spawn. Just check out this unbreakable damage. Look at that easy 42, almost 43% damage, and once again, I want to stress this combo started off with an unblockable throw, so if you're not ducking or ready to tech, this throw is catching you and that crushing blow is really gonna hurt. Once again, unbreakable damage. And then to make things even scarier, if Spawn wants to get flashy and you don't have breakaway, he gets even more damage. Look at that, over 50% damage, so in the hands of a skilled player, you're going to lose a lot of health just for cornering Spawn. Now with that said, this is the crushing blow's biggest weakness. You have to corner Spawn, otherwise he never gets this crushing blow. So while the damage on this crushing blow is amazing, and it's also unblockable, the opponent has to corner you, so it's very situational. And then we have Scorpion's infamous Falling Ashes crushing blow. This crushing blow is basically Baraka's crushing blow, but on steroids because you can always convert off it no matter what variation you're in. And on top of that, you also don't need the corner to get some swaggy damage. And of course, you're free to spend 2 bars if you want to be a bit flashier. And just like Baraka's crushing blow, this string is also completely safe on block at only -7, but with even better pushback, so even Raiden can't punish this one, so that's pretty darn good. He's actually at a really good distance to whiff punish and all that good stuff. And one more special perk about this string is that the opponent's going to be scared to press any buttons because that second hit is also a mid, which means you can just go for a throw. And I swear that throw comes out so fast that it catches me all the time. So just free 14% for my opponent because I was expecting the full string and they said, nah, I'm gonna cancel it sooner and just go into throw. So once again, this really is Baraka's crushing blow, only you no longer need the corner to get the damage, and it can also be used to sneak in some throws because the opponent is scared of that second hit. And let's not forget about Sindel's Scream. This thing is lightning quick and it's also a mid. Now it's not quite 9 frames, the game does say that, but I believe it's including the startup of the regular version and then the amplify that comes afterwards. So I don't think it's actually 9 frames, but it's still a very, very fast mid, and its speed is not the only reason it's scary. Check out the range on this thing. Wow, all the way over there, and I still got the hit. And in case you're wondering, even from max range, you can dash forward twice and still get your combo. It doesn't really matter where you land it, just as long as you do land it. And then in the hands of a skilled player, you can actually dash forward and do her level 3 scream instead, because that also staggers the opponent for a very long amount of time. So in other words, a skilled Sindel player can easily do this combo. And then if they want to spend 2 bars, they can do something even flashier for even more damage. And then if they're in variation 2 and have godlike abilities, they can do some really, really crazy stuff. Just check out this crazy combo from Honeybee, and in case you're wondering, yes, pro players can do combos like this consistently with Sindel. So once again, if you're a skilled player, this crushing blow really does become one of the best in the entire game. It has crazy range, it's very fast, and most importantly of all, it leads to some very, very good damage. And of course, we have to talk about Sonya Blade's energy rings. Now, these things might not seem very intimidating by themselves because only 25%, but just keep in mind how great these projectiles are already. Boom, only 12 frames of startup and almost impossible to react to up close as a result. And as you already saw, if you think, oh well, I'll just duck it, no, that's not gonna work because that second one comes out almost as fast, only 14 frames, so still lightning quick, so it's definitely not easy to react to and block, especially online. And then if you try to jump, it's pretty much the exact same story. You're gonna fall on that second projectile unless you're somebody like Spawn or Katana who can float in the air. Otherwise, you're pretty much guaranteed to fall on this second one, and it's really gonna hurt, 24% that time, so still packs quite a punch. Put simply, Sonya Blade already has some fantastic zoning. She has this mid, which is actually an overhead if it hits right above you, so you're already disincentivized from crouching, and then she has this 12 frame projectile, which if you want to duck that, the second hit could cause a crushing blow for some good damage. And of course, to top all of that off, this special move is also 100% safe on block. Look at that, only -2, and there's no actual gap there unless you're playing a certain character like Katana who can parry it. Otherwise, you're pretty much just having to block that. And here's the even scarier part. In a certain variation, Sonya Blade can dash cancel these bad girls, and that's what makes this crushing blow even more scary, especially on block, because you might think, oh, I'll just block it. I mean, sure, it's safe, but there's some pushback to it. It kind of resets the neutral. But instead, no, Sonya just goes, I'm gonna dash forward and go for another 50-50, or I'm going to throw you. And because that crushing blow exists, you're a lot more inclined to block and not try to challenge her in case she doesn't dash and just lets it rip instead. So not only are these projectiles great for zoning, and not only are they very tough to duck and jump over, but they're also completely safe on block, and last but not least, you can dash cancel them for even better damage in your combos or just some really good pressure on block. If you were to ask me personally, I really would consider this one of the best crushing blows in the entire game because it's good from any distance. You want to duck from full screen? That's a crushing blow. You want to try and jump over it from full screen? That's a crushing blow. You want to press buttons on block? That's a crushing blow. And if she catches you in the neutral, she can dash cancel for a full combo, even after a low mix-up. And last but not least, if you're scared and just blocking all the time, she can dash cancel and throw you, or just go for a second mix-up. So honestly, it's just an all-around versatile crushing blow. Maybe not in terms of damage, but in overall versatility, it certainly is one of the best in the entire game. But please let me know which crushing blows you think are the best in the comment section down below. And then while you're down there, go ahead and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It really does help my channel out a ton. And finally, why not keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell? That way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.